Oh my, there are so many reasons. So why would someone take a GLP-1 who had gastric? Well, first off, people who have had gastric sleeve, gastric bypass, the chances of regaining the weight is significant. It's something like 75% plus of people regain the weight. And that's because, in my opinion, most of the time, this is not fixing the problem. When you're having gastric sleeve, gastric bypass, it's not fixing the problem. I'm on Zepbound, which is a GLP-1 medication, and it not only helps you feel fuller faster, like a gastric sleeve or a bypass would, but it actually targets a hormone in your brain that kind of quiets that food noise. And if you've never had food noise, it's that constant thinking of food. When is my next meal? When am I going to eat? It gets rid of that. I'm not saying you're not hungry anymore. Some people say they do, feel like they're not. I still have hunger, but I am not constantly focused on food. It's not my number one priority in life anymore. Every medication has side effects. I would not call them life-altering. I actually feel like the gastric sleeve and the gastric bypass, that's life-altering. That's actually changing your anatomy. Yes, there are risks, and the biggest risk for these medications are actually ones that never even happen to a human being. But there are risks that are there with anything. And for me, I weighed out the options, and I think everybody should do that with their doctor. What are the potential side effects? And then also, what are the risks if I stay obese? And for me, the risk of my obesity and the potential, things that I could get from that were way higher than me trying this medication and getting the benefits from it. I had sleep apnea and I have not been retested since, but my husband says I no longer snore at night, which is a huge indication that I'm not suffering from that anymore. I also am really predispositioned to be a type 2 diabetic. My mom is a type 2 diabetic. She actually has lost her ability to walk because of it. And I did have gestational diabetes, which puts me even more at a higher risk to becoming type 2 diabetic. So I was going that way. I was leading to that disease too. So for me, it was worth the risk. And what's great, I'm very lucky, I had very minimal negative side effects with this medication. I had one dose where I felt some issues with going to the potty, but I don't have that anymore. I also had a time period where I was getting a small little bump, like a rash kind of. It was itchy at the injection site. That's no longer there. My body got used to it, and it was just right at the injection site, went away. I am 85 pounds down. I weigh 150 pounds, and I was 236.8 when I started on GLP-1 medication. Everybody's got to weigh the risk. For me, it was worth it.